Thanks for joining Learn Cloud Together. My name is Pankaj. Today I am going to show you how to create a static website on GCP. Why create a static website? Primary for the following reasons. Cost. If you are a small business and need to have a web presence, this is the best way to get started. Second is speed. The absence of the application server and the database makes static site much speedy and easy to load. The static site is almost 10 times faster than the dynamic site, and it is easy to build. You just need to have a knowledge of HTML, CSS and the JavaScript. A static website can be created in this following three simple steps. You need to have your registered domain. So you can use either Google domain or GoDaddy. In my case, I created my domain on the Google domain. You need to have your GCP project set up. In case if you don't know how to set this up, I have another video created. I'll be just putting the link there how to create your free tires accounts, and then that will automatically create a project for you which you can use. And then you need to have the access to create a Google storage bucket and set permissions, and that's it. Your site will be up and running in no times. So let's go to the demo. So in order to create your website, you need to first log into the GCP and create the Google storage bucket. So to that one, we'll go to the navigation, then we'll go to the storage. In the storage, you just click on the browser, and then you say go and create a bucket. In the bucket, your bucket name need to be exactly same like whatever is your domain which you register. In my case, I register is www.taleshortstory.com. So in your case, whatever the domain name is, it will come here, and then you say continue, and then you can select like where to store your data. So basically, you should be selecting the either, let's say suppose if your application's scope for your static website is within your region, right? Then you select the region, right? Based on this selection, there will be the cost variation. So if you want it like a store in a multiple region, then you select multiple regions, and then you have to select in which region. So especially like let's say suppose if I am in Asia, right? So I should be selecting the Asia like instead of the US, because that way there will be the less latency, because it will be those website will be very nearer to the user. So in my case, because since I am based in Australia, so I'm just selecting Asia, and I'm just selecting a region for the moment. And in here, for example, if I'm just creating my website only for Australian thing, so I'll just select this Sydney region, because I'm not expecting someone from I'm a small business. I'm not expecting anyone from overseas or someone to come and see it, right? Just to reduce the cost, so I'll be selecting this thing, and then here you can see like the storage retrieval fee is 0.023 uh, per GB per month. In order to create your static website, first thing you need to do is come to Google console, cloud console, and then select the project under which you want to create a bucket to store your static content file. So in my case, I selected my project where I want to create my bucket, and then I'll come here and I need to select the storage. Then storage, I have to come down, right? So just want to highlight this one thing. There is an option called pin. So once you pin it, it will be always available on the top. So then you don't have to keep coming down. So because I'll be using the storage lots, so I'll be just pin it at the top. So from the menu, I'll have quick access to this one, right? So then the first thing I need to do is like create a bucket here. So in the bucket, my bucket name need to be exactly similar to whatever my domain name is. In this case, my domain name is www.taleshortstory.com, and I'm expecting this the application, the website would be accessible from the multiple regions. So I want to make sure like this is my HA, so that's why I selected multi-region. If you are creating if you're a very small business and you just want a regional, you can select regional. That will reduce the uh, little bit cost of storage. So for example, in my case, I'm just in the multiple region. In multiple region, I'm expecting it to be used mainly in Asia. So I'll just select Asia, and then what is the storage class we have to select. So there are the 4 storage classes available. In my case, because this is a static website, the people will be accessing almost every alternate day or every day. So it has to be a standard. Once I'm selecting standard, then I click on the go in, and then here click the uniform section, because I want to just set up my permission at a bucket level. I don't want to bother at like setting up at the individual object level, but in your case it might be the different. So just select whatever is suitable for you. You can grant individual file permission or pull to the sites. Okay, so then I'm going and saying create, and it should be able to create a bucket for me. So once now the bucket is created, I need to upload some static file in this one. I am trying to do it a very simple way. I'm just going to upload the 3 files. So one is the logo, another is index.html, and another is 401 page.html. So they are very simple files. So I just uploaded the file. So you have to upload your files here. So only the static website only support the 3 types of file type. One is HTMLs, then the JavaScript, and the CSS. And of course, you can upload the images to display it, right? So then I go to this bucket level. And if you can see now here, the public access is not public. So I need to make it public, right? So I need to click on this dot, which is here. Let me close this one, and then say edit the bucket permission, right? Yeah, so this bucket is not public yet, so I need to make it public. So to make it public, I need to add all users. So let me do here the add members, then I'll say the all users. And to the all users, I need to give the permission to just a view, right? Storage object, viewer, and I have to say save, allow public access. Yes, I have to make it public, and now you can see it's be accessible to the public, right? So we are almost done there. So just a little bit of thing is like we need to set up our index page. To set up this index page, the default one, I need to click on those 3 buttons and then come to these edit website configurations. Here I need to specify my index page, index.html, and then I need to specify my 404 page. So in my case, I created 404 page as like this one, HTML. This one is 404 pages. Let's say suppose if someone is accessing your website with some path where that particular location is no longer available. So in that case, it will redirect to this particular page. You save it, and now like all our setup here in this bucket is done. We created the bucket, we uploaded the file, we set up the permission. Next thing is we need to add a CNAME to our domain. So for this one, since I have this register my domain on the Google, so I'll just log into the Google domain. Here I'll just go to this domain.google.com, and then change my user. Yeah, So here I need to come to the DNS setting under my that particular tell short story, and you scroll down little to the bottom, which is the your custom resource record, and that is where you specify here www 3w my this one is cname and the 1 hour is fine, and then here I need to specify the domain name. So this is going to be the my storage, the Google storage bucket URL, right? And then I just need to click OK. So if I try to access my website now, it will not show me anything, right? So it will my configuration is everything is done. So I just need to wait for like this particular information propagated to all this server. So that may take up to 30 minutes. So I'll just now the 30 minutes is gone. Let's try to do this www.tailshortstorage.com. Now I can see my static website which I created. This is my logo, this is the content of my HTML. This is basically coming directly from the index.html. Whenever I hit this one, it automatically redirects to the index.html. For example, if someone types something like this one, right, like it doesn't have any I don't have this particular page exist on my server. So whenever they do this one, it will redirect it to the 404 page. So you can have like a nice description of your 404 page. So this is about how we can create a static website, which is very cost effective to get started your business presence on a web. The one more thing I forgot to mention is about, if you can see here, right, it's not secured. So this static website doesn't support the HTTPS protocol, it only supports the HTTP. Yeah. It will hardly cost less than $1 or two to have your website up and running. You can use the GCP to store your static contents. And this is what actually I wanted to cover as a part of this video. I'll be coming up with some more videos, and if you are very keen to know about GCP and all their services and how we can configure and how you can use it, so please subscribe to the channel. And if you have any questions or comment, you can always ask me in the below. And I hope so I'll see you again in some of my future videos. Thank you.